Hello minasan, Hikiyami Moriko desu, and welcome to another indie game. This one's called Today is the End of the World, and it's by the developer KnightAnNi. I hope I'm not butchering the name. And this is another game for Spooktober Vision Novel Jam 2023. So let's continue with the spooks. And let's see what happens at the end of the world. My name is Moriko, thank you. Thank you, Moriko. No, thanks to you. Wake up, sunshine. Oh, I have a really cute room. Come on, Moriko, today's the day. You slowly open your eyes. Your mom is leaning over you, smiling. Mom, are you okay? You look a little gray. We have a really happy sun in here. There you are, sunshine. Did you forget what day it is? You shake your head furiously. There's no way you could forget about today. Today is the end of the world, and everyone is coming to your house to watch it happen. There'll be a bonfire, s'mores. Oh, I love s'mores. And maybe even fireworks. Even. I expect you to be helpful, alright? Some of our neighbors could use your help today getting ready. Okay. You don't enjoy doing chores around the house, but helping your neighbors, especially for today, is much more exciting. Oh, there's one more thing. Your best friend Echo is missing. Her parents went to wake her up this morning and found her bed empty and the window open. No one knows where she went, but if you don't find her before the party tonight, she'll miss it. You know, Echo has always been afraid of crowds, especially when they're adults. Don't worry, Mom. I'll look for her while I'm out. Good. Miss Lucy mentioned to me yesterday that she's going to cut some flowers from her garden to give as bouquets to everyone. I bet she could use your help. Okay, is this the end of the world or my birthday? It sounds about the same. After eating breakfast with your family, you walk to Miss Lucy's house. You see her in the front garden kneeling on a foam pad and cutting white hydrangeas. You always love Miss Lucy's garden. It's filled with flowers of every kind: roses, lilacs, sunflowers, and petunias. The scent of blooming flowers and freshly cut stalks perfumes the air. Wow, hello. Happy flowers. I feel like I'm in some sort of dream court game. Good morning, Miss Lucy. Do you need any help? What a beautiful dress, by the way. I like it. Good morning, Moriko. Why, as a matter of fact, I could use your young niece. Could you cut the cornflowers for me, please? I have another pair of garden gloves and shears inside. Sure. You retrieve the gloves and shears and kneel beside the cornflower patch. The gloves are too big for your hands. The cornflowers sigh, the shears wearily. You smile at them to soothe their fears. You could never hurt a flower. Be careful with the shears, sweetheart. Only cut the stalks, not your hands. I know. Of course you know, adults always remind you not to do things that you already know not to do. It's like they think kids are stupid. Well, to be fair, kids are kind of stupid. Like everyone when they are kids, including me, we're kind of stupid. It just happens that when you're a kid, you don't understand how stupid you are. But so also it's the work of adults to tell kids things, to remind things. But believe me, if they don't remind you of things, you forget, right? You know, I never thought the end of the world would come in my time. When I was your age, we thought that the end was far, far away and that it wouldn't come until centuries or even millennia later. When I was young, we thought the world was going to end on the year 2000. You're listening, of course. Miss Lucy always tells fascinating stories about her childhood. You just learn them. Sometimes it's better to let her talk and only interject occasionally. Some people even thought that the world will never end. I can tell you how lucky I feel that I lived to see it. Of course, I never thought I'd live to be old either. I used to have dreams about dying in a field of wildflowers. I will be walking up a hill at midnight, barefoot, yet the stars and moonlight lit the whole world, as if it were daytime. A cold wind will blow and freeze me to my bones, but I kept walking. And once I came to the top, I saw a wide field stretching as far as my eyes could see to the great distance, filled with flowers of every kind. Dark irises and vibrant forget-me-nots, shy snowballs and morning glories filled with sunlight. And every time I will find an empty patch surrounded by lavender where I will lie down and fall asleep, surrounded by the spicy scent of lavender and a sky filled with sparkling diamonds. Sometimes I wonder if that's why I love gardening so much. You wait a moment to make sure that she's done with her story, then you ask her, do you think the end will really be like that? No one really knows, but maybe it will be. Personally, I hope it's even better. Time passes peacefully for a while. Miss Lucy tells you more stories while you help her cut all the flowers in her garden. She also explains some of the folk tales and symbolism behind the flowers. Daffodils for new beginnings, coneflowers for healing, white hydrangeas for grace and abundance, blue for forgiveness. Eventually, all of the flowers are harvested. You go inside and help Miss Lucy arrange them into bouquets for each of the neighbors. The two of you are soon finished. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I'll see you tonight. You too. You wave goodbye as Miss Lucy closes her front door. You take a moment to take in the world around you. The gardens strip bare of all the vibrant colors that populated this morning. The afternoon light casts long shadows. Why is everything so shiny, by the way? Along the sidewalk. As you leave, however, you notice something strange. A door. You see a door that wasn't there before, tucked away in a corner of Miss Lucy's house. You visited Miss Lucy's house many times before, and the door was never there before. Where did that come from? You walk over to see it more closely. It's just a plain white door. There's nothing special about it except its mysterious origins. Curiosity overcomes you and you open it. Where am I? Inside you find a strange but less... Yeah, this feels like a dream. Like, this completely feels... It's just like random stuff of a dream. Inside you find a strange but dazzling room. You squint and cover your eyes with your arms against how bright the room is. As your eyes adjust, you notice a couch facing a small TV. Hello? You rub your arm and see. Error file not found. Hey! Echo. You smile at her, your mind floats with wonderful memories of your days spent playing together. You could almost be sad that those days are gone now, but the end of the world isn't something to be sad about. There you are, I've been looking for you. Today is the end of the world, and you need to come celebrate with everyone. The party's gonna be at my house. We'll have a bonfire and s'mores and the fireworks if we are lucky. That's odd. Why won't she say anything? Echo, are you coming? Is she dead? She sighs. Every day is the end of the world. It happened yesterday and the day before that, and it will happen tomorrow. You know what? My grandpa used to say that the end of the world comes to the people who die. And people die every day. What she's talking about? You laugh. What a silly thing to say. Come on, Echo. If you stay in here, you'll miss out all the fun. She sighs again, then she turns away from you. Just go. I don't feel well. I don't want to ruin the party for everyone else. Oh. You get the feeling that she's lying, but if she doesn't want to go, then she doesn't have to. It isn't nice to drag someone to a party against their will, even if you know it's gonna be the best party in the world. I hope you feel better soon. What are you saying? Does it really matter if she's better or not, when tomorrow will never come? If you do, just come by my house. The whole neighborhood will be in the backyard. I know. You turn to leave, but Echo stops you before you can. Wait. I want to ask you something. What's your name? I'm Moriko. Okay, thank you. Are you sure you're alright? Yeah, you better hurry. You don't want to be late. Well, if you're sure, bye, Echo. By the time you get back home, it's the early evening, just in time for the party to start. You tell Echo's parents that you found her, but since she's sick, she won't be coming. They are disappointed, but there's nothing they can do if she's sick. Meanwhile, everyone's having a blast at the party at the end of the world. You would think that if you are her parents and the world's going to end, you want to be with your daughter regardless if she's sick or not. Meanwhile, everyone's having a blast. There's a large bonfire in the middle of the backyard where people are roasting hot dogs and marshmallows. Your dad handed out sparklers earlier, and now you and the other neighborhood kids are running through the land pretending to be fire mages. This sounds like the... excluding the world is ending, this sounds like the perfect childhood thing to do. One of your neighbors brings out a guitar and starts a music circle. Miss Lucy passes out buckets of flowers to all the attendants. She gives you a small bouquet of zinnias for friendship. You can't help but notice the extra bouquet left over in Miss Lucy's hands. You wish that Echo were here. The setting sun paints the sky in reds, oranges, and purples. Despite that, no one realizes how time is passing. You feel as though these moments will last forever, even though you know how impossible that is. And then, the moment everyone has been waiting for finally arrives. There is no warning, no countdown, and yet, despite that, the end comes gently. A hush falls over the yard, the music cuts out, the fire slowly diminishes like a flower closing at nighttime. Just a moment before, you had been chasing your friends through the grass, and now you find yourself stopped short, mid-stride, turning your eyes to the sky. Pieces of the sky start to flicker in and out of existence slowly, at first, but then it starts to pick up speed, flashing faster and faster. Okay, if I look at the sky and I see this happening, I'm gonna freak the hell out. That's spooky, actually. Until at last the stars explode and light the sky in impossible colors. You've never seen anything as beautiful as this. You shout for joy and jump up and down, reaching for the skies if trying to capture all those beautiful colors in your small hands. All around you, you can hear cheering and clapping as so much louder. And then, it's over. You don't even have time to be sad that it's over. There's only darkness and nothing more. It was beautiful. What's your name? Again? Stop asking me my name. Sorry, you already chosen that name. You can't go back to that life anymore. But why would you want to? Do you want to remember how beautiful the end of the world was? All of those stars exploding into a million radiant colors? The cheering, the laughter. It was beautiful and now it's over. You must let go. What's your name? What if I keep trying? Okay. Let's go with Hikiyami, I guess. Thank you, Hikiyami. Wake up, sunshine. Okay, it's gonna be the same thing over again. I just want to confirm something because I think my friend it's me, but I'm not sure about it. That is the end of the world. No, it keeps being echo. Oh, now okay, something changed. Wait, let me go back. It says, Arthur is planning to bake some cupcakes for tonight's party. I'm sure he will appreciate your help, as long as you don't stick your fingers in the icing. Okay. Mr. Arthur is a scary man, but your parents are friends with him for some reason. After eating breakfast with your family, you walk to... Okay, I was thinking like this game was a little bit tame. Like, it's a dream aesthetic, but the story was a really bit, like, tame. But now that it's like a cycle thing of sorts, it's far more interesting. Whoa. You find him in the kitchen, cracking eggs into a bowl. Hello. Yeah, it's I love sugar, it says. And it looks kinda creepy. Hello. Your friends always told you not to judge a book by its cover, but that's really hard to do with Mr. Arthur. He's always looked mean. And he doesn't like to talk. Which means that it's always faulty or late the conversation with him. My mom said they liked my help this morning. I promise I won't lick the spoon. No, I'm not worried about that. Wash your hands. For the next while, you help me start by getting ingredients, preparing the cupcake tins, and washing the dirty dishes. He doesn't say a word to you except to give you instructions. You don't say anything either except to acknowledge his instructions. He makes the vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry batter first, and he starts making more unusual flavors. How it's lemon an unusual flavor? Raspberry, coffee, I think that's... Okay, pumping it's a little bit weird. Once they are ready, he puts each tin over at the same time and sets a timer. I made the icing yesterday, so now we just have to wait for the cupcakes to finish baking. The two of you stands in the kitchen in awkward silence for a few moments. Can I watch TV? I don't have a TV. Great, now what? Why would you want to watch TV on today of all days? Today is the end of the world, and there will never be tomorrow. I thought that TV stations are even running today. I'm sorry, Mr. Arthur. Just call me Arthur. I never like being called Mr. Your parents asked you to help me, right? Yes, Arthur. It feels strange to say just his first name. Then my final task for you is to go to the store and buy as much candy and sprinkles as you can to put on the cupcakes. He pulls out his wallet and hands you a $100 bill. Wait, $100? You never seen so much money before. This is definitely a kid. Spend it all. Buy some candy for yourself too, anything that catches your eye. And if your parents ask why you're buying candy, tell them it's for me. Well, thank you. You rush out of Arthur's house and run to the store. I mean, if the world is ending, may as well, right? But you have to wonder if someone sits at the store if the world is ending. As a store, you pass your shopping cart full of sprinkles and candy of all sorts. Every kind of candy that your parents will never let you have get thrown in the cart as well. Chocolate bars, sour gumballs, caramel chews, saltwater taffy, gummy fish, and lollipops of every color. Admittedly, most of these things do not belong on cupcakes, but that doesn't stop you from bringing them anyways. Your journey back to Arthur's house is much slower as you take time to sample each candy as well as some of the sprinkles. You also stuff a handful of the candies into your pockets to eat later. Maybe when you find Echo you can share some with her. So that's why Echo is saying like every day is the end of the world. Maybe because everyone dies and restarts with a different name or something except her. By the time you return to Arthur's house, all of the cupcakes are already out of the oven and he's piping the icing on them. He puts down the piping bag and riffles through the candy you bought. Good job, Hikiyami. You and Arthur spend the rest of your time decorating the cupcakes with every candy and sprinkles that you bought. You hold nothing back. Not even a single sprinkle is left behind. Soon all the work is done and it's time for you to leave. Thank you for helping me today. No problem. You think it's silly now how much you used to dislike him? Your parents were right, you should have judged him for his scary appearance. I enjoyed helping you. I'm glad. See you tonight. You too. You wave goodbye as you leave the kitchen. You're about to walk on the front door when you notice something strange at the door. So if you stay in this room where when the world ends, you stay like quote unquote safe. Inside the fence strange room. Sorry. Echo, you smile, okay. That's the end of the world. She says, every day is the end of the world. It happened yesterday and will happen tomorrow. It's just the same thing. Moriko, don't you remember? Okay, that's new. It's using my previous name. You're freezing your tracks. What? You feel like you're on the edge of remembering something important, but the more you try to find it, the more it slips away from you. Moriko? You laugh, silly Echo. How could you should forget your name? You're her best friend. No, I'm Hikiyami. Oh, right, sorry, Hikiyami. Hey, can I ask you something? Sure. What's one memory you have of us being friends? I remember your 10th birthday party. You had only invited 4 people, but only 3 show up, but that only meant we got to play longer and have more fun together. You had it at your house. Your birthday cake was a strawberry. It was the only flavor of cake that you like. The icing was a strawberry flavor too, and the top was decorated with strawberry slices. Sounds delicious. I gave you a mermaid doll that I got with my own allowance. That's a strange memory to hold on to. I do hope you feel better soon. What are you saying? Does it really matter? Okay. Wait. Stay here. You can watch the end of the world here on the TV. It always plays on this TV. And I want you to see it with me. Wow, really? You can watch it here? Yeah. Why does she look so anxious? Oh, she was probably just worried because she didn't want to be alone at the end of the world. Well, as much as you were looking forward to the party in your backyard, you would rather make Echo happy. Sure, I'll stay with you. You sit beside her on the couch, you spend the next few hours talking about other memories you have with her, going to school, playing at the park, getting in trouble. You know, kids stuff. She doesn't respond much, but she's listening. Sometimes she laughs at your silly stories, but you can't help but notice how anxious she seems. You remember the hard candies you have in your pocket and offer some to her. She takes one of the strawberry ones, her face lights up in delight at the flavor. It's as bright as daylight here, but you know it must be evening by now. You have no way of knowing how much time is passing in this strange room. And then, the moment you've been waiting for finally arrives. A sudden silence falls over your conversation and you both turn your eyes to the TV screen. The TV starts to glitch it out. Oh, okay, maybe the TV is like on the sky. Until at last the screen clears and reveals the end of the world. Fire. Fire, fire, fire. Fire fills the sky and plummets toward explosions of rocks and black smoke. It consumes everything it touches. You hear screaming, it's horrible. You never heard screaming like that before. Echo grabs your hand, but your eyes stay transfixed on the screen. Now fire is falling in your backyard. You recognize the voices of the people screaming. You watch your dad grab your mom's hands as they flee, knocking over the lounge chairs. You hear yourself crying before you even realize that you're doing it. You never heard yourself sound like this before. Under the sound of your cries, you heard your best friend whispering to you over and over again as she grips your hand tighter. I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. You don't say anything, you can catch your breath fast enough to respond. But even if you could have, you have no idea what you would say. And then, it's over. At last it's over. What's your name? Can I go back to being Moriko? What if I try Hikiyami again? But it's threatening a new life with new choices and a new name. Okay, I'm running of new names. What about okay, let's go with Imoto. I wonder how many loops does this game has. You awake with a gas hair pounding, eyes wide and covered in sweat. Imoto? Imoto, what's wrong? You look over and see your mom leaning over your bed. She looks really worried. I'm fine, Mom. I just had a bad dream. Right? The memory of your nightmare is fading in the moment you can't even recall what it was about. Listen, Echo is missing. No one knows where she is. She has a lot of hiding spots. I have to search in each one of them. Okay, thank you, Sunshine. I know it will mean a lot to her parents. After eating breakfast with your family, you set out to explore the neighborhood. Okay. What a lovely day. It's a beautiful day. The sky is partly cloudy and there's a cool breeze. Despite the pleasant weather, you can't help but feel uneasy. You wave hello at Miss Lucy, who is picking some pegantes in her garden. You ask her if she's seen Echo, but she hasn't. Of course not, you know Echo, she's excellent at hiding. If she doesn't want to be found by anyone, then she will not be found. Except by you. You walk through the whole neighborhood looking everywhere, but she seems nowhere to be found. You look in the mailboxes, the drainage ditches, under cars and throughout the houses. You dive into swimming pools, climb trees, and creep your way through the graveyard, but you can't find her anywhere. The hours blur together. What's the point in trying to find Echo anyways? Everyone's gonna die tonight, so who cares? In fact, why are you wasting your time looking for her? This is your last day on Earth and you spend half of it searching for a girl who doesn't want to be found. What a selfish girl. She must have known that you will have to be the one to find her, while everyone else got to do whatever they wanted. As you walk there, you see Mr. Arthur walking down the sidewalk, his arms full of shopping bags. You duck behind a tree until you know he saw you. He's such a scary man. For some reason, though, you feel a sudden inexplicable urge to say hello to him. But it's gone before you figure out why. After a few moments, you walk up from behind the trees. Ah! Sorry. He's about to say something else, but you already run off. Amen. Now a sad face. Eventually, you find a secluded place a few streets over and rest there to catch your breath. Why will he do that to you? It's your last day on Earth, and he decides to scare you? You were right about him. He's a bad man. No, he is such a nice mushroom-headed man. You slam down to the ground, tears of frustration well up in your eyes. What an awful day. This is how you thought you would go. The day was supposed to be wonderful. The afternoon light casts a long shadow around the ground. Suddenly will be time to return home for the party. You sigh and get out, but before you can leave, you notice something strange. The door? Hey Echo. What's wrong? You seem upset. I just had a bad day. I've been trying to find you all day. Oh, I'm sorry. Today is the end of the world. Everyone's coming to my house. She cocked her head at you. That's not what you said last time, Hikiyami. Flashes of fire across your mind, but you've never seen fire like that before. Right? It'll be fun. There's gonna be music and sparklers. Yeah, sure, I bet. It's glad she doesn't believe you. Tell me again, Hikiyami, what's one memory you have of us being friends? Tell her about Blue Butterfly? This is for a memory, right? Like, that's the meaning of butterflies. We were playing at the park later one afternoon when we found a blue butterfly. Its wings shimmered in the light. It landed in my hair for a moment before it flew away. We chased it after. Eventually it came to a rest underneath the little bridge that crosses the creek. When we went down there, we saw that there was a cloud of similar butterflies huddled together on the ground. But as we got closer, we realized what they had all landed on. It was someone's dog. It was dead. Oh man, that ruins the nice story. You said that we should check the color so we could call their owner, but I was too scared I ran away. I see. I'm glad I don't remember that one. Well, if you don't want to come to the party, I won't make you, but it will be really nice to spend the last day with you. You turn to leave, but she grabs your arm. Wait. Stay with me. You can watch the end of the world here on the TV. It's always placed on this TV. Please. Ooh, can I save? Okay, if I go... I don't want to go, like, she's my friend regardless of whatever happens, right? She's my friend and she's alone. But if I leave, things are not painful, but if I stay, things are painful. So I guess I'll stay with her. She looks so worried. What kind of friend would you be if you found her during the end of the world? Okay, I'll stay here. Really? Yeah. You sit beside her on the couch, you spend the next few hours talking about other memories you have with her, going to school, playing at the park, getting in trouble. She doesn't respond much. Yes, it's bright daylight here, but you know it must be evening now. You had no way of knowing. You could at most explain why, but every time you get close to remembering, it slips from you again. Black clouds, red light, you could almost hear screaming. But by the time you remember what happened last time, the end has come. Okay, now it's different. Fountains of water burst from the ground. Stinging rain plummets from the dark clouds. You watch as the people in the neighborhood try to climb up the roof, but there is nowhere to flee. You grab Echo's hand as Arthur falls off into the surge below. Your parents hold each other close, shivering violently in the rain as the waters rise higher with every breath. The water is loud to hear them, but you can see that they are whispering something to each other. Oh, that's odd. You're not crying this time. You turn to look at Echo. She has a blank expression on her face. She doesn't flinch, she doesn't turn away. She doesn't apologize this time. And by the time the screen cuts out, there's nothing left in your heart anymore. What if I use the name Echo, huh? How about that? What? I can't? More people to meet. You must let go and move forward. What's your name? I'm running out of names. What about Moriko Onni? Moriko Nichan. Yeah, that's one. Wake up weeping. But why are you crying? Moriko Nichan? What's wrong? That's not my name. Right? Oh, Moriko Nichan, you have a bad dream. My sweet sunshine, it's okay, you're safe. Yeah, I'm okay now. Do you want to talk about it? Actually, the more I think about it, the more I can't seem to remember it. Isn't it funny how dreams do that sometimes? Do you feel better now? I think so. In truth, even though you can't remember what happened in your dream, you can shake the fear in your heart. I'm glad. Remember, everyone is getting ready for the party tonight, so I expect you to be helpful today, alright? Oh, and there's one more thing. Echo is missing, right? Yes, how did you know? I think I remember her saying that she didn't want to come to the party tonight. It makes sense when she went to hide today. Great, now she thinks you're on it. Well, while you're helping the neighbors out, make sure you get Echo before the party tonight. I know she doesn't like crowds, especially when they are mostly adults, but I think she'll be very disappointed if she misses the party. So I think this is gonna keep happening until I make Echo go with me, right? After eating breakfast, you find someone to help. It's a beautiful day, the sun is shining out, there's a cool breeze. Despite the peacefulness of the day, your anxiety from early gnaws away at your gut. Hello, Moriko Nichan. Do you need help with anything? Actually, no, I picked up my flowers and arranged them yesterday. I've been keeping them fresh in the refrigerator. Okay. This way I'll have more time to spend with my friends. We're going to the park today. I see. Where is your friend, Echo? You should be playing with her today, not walking the streets by your lonesome. My parents want me to help people today. Of course, well, it's sweet of you to think of me. And Echo is missing, she's hiding. Oh no. You should be looking for her, not helping me. Actually, could I ask you a question? Sure, sweetheart. Today is the end of the world. If today is our last day on Earth, what's the point? You probably should have finished the sentence. What's the point of this party? What's the point of finding Echo if we're just gonna die anyways? When I was little, someone told me that I should live every day as if it was my last. But I quickly realized that no one could do that. After all, if I did live my day after the last, I'd never have done my homework or maintained my garden or written a book. Yeah, that makes sense. Because such things will be meaningless by the next day. But I did do all those things, because I must believe that life itself is good. Or that life should be good. And if life is good, then I must live it, even if it will end. And because it will end, it becomes even more important to live. And to be kind. It is so important to treat others well. I like Miss Lucy, she's really nice. I don't know if I answered your question. I'm not even sure if I answer it's right. It's a choice. So today, little Moriko Nichan, like every other day, you must sleep. You must act, you must be kind. I'm glad I got to talk to you today. Now go and find Echo. She probably misses you. You leave Miss Lucy's yard and continue to search through the neighborhood. The day passes by. As you walk, you look and notice Mr. Arthur walking on the other side. You freeze in your tracks and stare at him. You feel like running away and hiding, but for some reason you don't. Mr. Arthur sees you staring and comes over to you. Hello. Hello, Mr. Arthur. It's just Arthur. I told you that last time. Sorry. Did you need something? What's the point? The point? I'm sorry, I shouldn't have bothered you. You're about to walk away when Arthur abruptly starts speaking. When I was little, my 5th grade teacher asked me to imagine that today was our last day on Earth and to write a short personal essay about it. I wrote that I would spend the whole day at the amusement park with my parents. I couldn't imagine anything better, but as I grew older, my answer changed. I realized that if I were truly to live a day as it were my last, then I would be struck by how worthless so many things were. Money, power, happiness, things that I had planned to spend my whole life pursuing. So many people spend their lives pursuing abundance, only to hoard it all for themselves. What's the point of such things when they will no longer exist? Those were dark times for me, until I realized that the cure for my greed was generosity, making other people's lives better, with my time, my money, my skills. I wanted other people to be happy. I don't know if I answered your question, but that's how I answer it for myself. Have a good day. He walks away. Why is everyone in this neighborhood so full of wisdom? You're back. This isn't healthy. Why do you always hide here? This place isn't good for you. It isn't healthy. I know. Today is the end of the world and your parents are looking for you. I don't have parents, Moriko-nichan. Every morning I wake up in this couch, and every evening I watch the world end. Tell me again. Tell me a memory that you treasure of us together. Tell her about the last day of kindergarten. Tell her about the time you two drew a comic together. I still remember our last day of kindergarten. Our teachers threw a big party. They played music for us to dance to, and they gave us cookies, the flower-shaped kind with the really big red sugar crystals. And then when our parents pick us up, they look at the park where we played together for the rest of the day. We thought the day would last forever. Wow. I really wish that had happened. Stay with me. We can watch the end of the world together in here. Please. Oh man, this is getting more complicated as time passes because I would like to stay with her. She's my friend. Oh, I care about her, but like I think if I live, something bad's gonna happen to her, but if I stay, something bad's gonna happen to both of us. So I'll stay with her one more time. You think about the stories that Miss Lucy and Arthur told you today, and you decide that the best way to live today is to stay with your best friend. I'll stay. Thank you. Thank you so much. You sit beside her on the couch, you spend the next few hours talking about other memories you have with her. And yet, no matter how much you talk and laugh with Echo, you can't help but feel that you've done this all before. And as you pursue the flashes of memories, you feel them grow stronger, until you remember everything. A sudden silence falls over your conversation and you both turn your eyes to the TV. The TV starts to glitch, until the last screen clears and reveals the end of the world. Blood. Blood covers the streets and you watch as your neighbors kill each other. Friend against friend as madness overtakes them. You can't watch anymore, you have to turn away. You squeeze your eyes shut and cover your ears, but even still you can hear shouting, striking, breaking. Echo puts her arm around your shoulders. It's okay, it'll all be over soon. And sure enough, just a few moments later, the TV cuts off and it's over. Let's go with... Okay, how many loops does this thing has? When you wake up, your mom isn't there. Okay, now things are changing radically. Where is she? Mom? No one responds. And that's when you notice it. The door is in your room. You smile to yourself, then you get to open the door. Hey, who are you this time? I'm Moriko-sama. But no matter what my name is or what my life is, I'm your best friend. She smiles ruefully at you. I know what you're here to do. It won't work, but I'm glad you're here. Every morning when I wake up, I look forward to seeing you again. Today is the end of the world, and I wish that you will come with me. Tears well in her eyes. You know why I can't do that. I don't want to die. I don't want you to die. Please, just stay here. I know it's terrifying, but at least here you're safe. I don't want to be alone anymore. Okay. Convince her to come with you. I think that's the right thing to do. Leave her, that's definitely not nice. Stay with her this time. Stay with her forever. Okay, so I think this is the ending, probably. So I'm gonna convince her to come with me because I think that's the healthy choice for both of us. Even if we die together outside. And then I'm gonna load and I'm gonna try to stay with her forever. I'm not gonna try this too so you guys can do it. No, Echo, you don't understand. The end of the world, it really is beautiful. No, I know what happens. I see it every day. A hush falls over the party and when you look up you see the stars exploding in the most amazing colors. Everyone cheers and laughs. It's peaceful and gentle and everything you could ever hope for. Please, trust me. I've been there, I've seen it. Please. She takes a long time to think about it. And then, okay, I'll trust you. Then you take her hand and lead her outside. It is early evening, the sky is ablaze with the colors of the sunset. A large bonfire is already running in the middle of the backyard. Some of your neighbors are sitting in a circle singing songs and playing the guitar. Miss Lucy comes over and hands you a bucket of bright sweet pea flowers. She gives Echo a bucket of white daisies. Echo gazes at her bouquet in astonishment as she can't believe that they are really in her hands. Arthur arrives bearing cupcakes of every flavor. Echo hesitates a moment before choosing a strawberry cupcake with a lot of whole strawberry plunk on top of it. She takes a bite and her face lights up with wonder. Now she's happy? Wow! Just wow! And then... Moriko-sama. What is it? What's wrong? She points across the yard. Are those my parents? You follow the direction of her gaze on the other side of the yard, you see that Echo's parents have just arrived. You smile. Yeah, that's them. She turns to you as if asking for permission. Go on, Echo, they are your parents. They've been missing you. She takes a deep breath, steeling herself. Then she sets her bravely to meet them. Her steps are shaky, but she doesn't turn back. She faces forward, but you turn away. After all, this isn't your reunion. The party goes on along for a long time, and then the end comes. Echo rushes to you. But she doesn't have time to finish her sentence. Silence washes over the yard, everyone lifts their eyes as pieces of the sky start to flicker in and out of existence. Faster and faster until Echo grabs your hand. Until at last the stars explode and light the sky a million impossible colors. You've seen this all before, and yet rather than diminish your happiness, your joy only rises. You cheer, you shout, you laugh at the sky. All around you can hear your neighbors do the same. But Echo, she's silent. She simply watches. Until it's over. I mean, it's her first time, right? That was beautiful. I feel so foolish. What? No, Echo, it's okay. Everything is alright. I just wish I could see it again. But you will. Every morning we will wake up at home, and every evening we'll watch the sky explode. This joy is ours, forever. Every day is beautiful. Thank you. Ending 1 of 4, every day is beautiful. Okay, so... a very surprising game. I'm quite surprised. I don't think I have played something like this before. I'm not the biggest fan personally of the dream aesthetic, you know, like this kind of text and this kind of like edited photography. It looks nice, it works with the game, it's just like a personal preference, I don't enjoy it that much. But man, this game has a really good story that goes well with it, you know, all the dream-like happening, your relationship with your friend, everything, all of the surreal dreamy things that are happening. It's a very unique experience and it's very enjoyable. I'm not done yet, by the way. I'm gonna stay with her forever, and then after that I'm gonna give my review of the game. Then you will never be alone again. Oh? I will stay here with you, forever. Really? You will really stay here with me? Of course I would. You're my best friend. There is nothing better for me than to spend my life with you. You sit beside her on the couch. Together you talk about anything and everything, about false memories and strange dreams, half-remembered stories and songs, and you watch the end of the world, again and again. Every morning you wake up in the dazzling room with Echo, and every evening the world ends. Every time it's a new disaster, no repeats, but you still get used to it. Over time you forget your parents' faces, you forget the sound of the wind, the touch of flower petals, the sight of the color green, but the one thing that doesn't change is the smile on Echo's faces. Ending 2 of 4. You will never be alone again. Okay, so that was not exactly what I was expecting of the ending. I was expecting something more terrifying, but I guess not. I'm not exactly sure if this game, like, it has what it needs to have for to be a Spooktuber, right? I don't find it... It's not terrifying. It's confusing, and in a good way, right? Like confusing, like dreamy, like surreal, all of that thing, right? I never feel scared for a single moment in the game, which is okay. Not all of the Spooktuber games have to be scary, right? This is a open jam. It just have to be Halloween theme, which I don't know if it's Halloween, like the end of the world is Halloween theme, to be honest. Like, I'm not really feeling the spooktobery of this game, but as a game, as a visual novel, it's really good. I really love the looping mechanic, but like things change a little bit, and everyone kind of remembers, but they kind of not remember. And we don't know if this is a dream, and like repeating the days, just like sleeping and going back to sleep, so you have another dream that is different but the same. I don't know. It's a lot of questions in this game, and I feel the game is supposed to be like that, right? The Itch.io page says, and so was yesterday and the day before, and it will be tomorrow. Today is the end of the world, and everyone is coming to your backyard tonight to watch it happen. There's just one problem: your best friend Echo is missing, and it's your job to find her. And tomorrow she will be missing, and tomorrow you will find her. She'll remember, but you won't. Play as a young child searching for their friend in the face of impending doom in this 10,000 word visual novel with 4 easy to get endings, each of which are happy in their own strange way. Okay, I agree that it's a strange way, and I think I haven't seen that sad ending. I'm not gonna try the other 2 endings because that falls on you guys. About the endings, some of them can be found during day 5 and are not reliant on choices, okay, that you make from previous days. That kind of voids the previous choices, but I'm glad because that way you can get all the endings. Content warnings, the apocalypse, existential horror. I didn't quite feel, I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't quite feel the existential horror because this was just like all dreamy. And I think the first time the world ends, it's beautiful and you die, but then that removes the horror from the world ending. So not a lot of existential horror in here. I think the existential horror, it's more like, what's the point of living if the world is going to end today or eventually? But I didn't quite feel that dread. It might be because I'm old, because as you can see, this game, it's about a child, right? And maybe for younger people, it's I remember when I was younger, I really dread my life because what's the point of anything? We're going to die. But the older you become, I think like the Arthur Mushroom Man and the lady, I think older people kind of understand like this quote unquote end of the world thing better because like it's what you do with your life. It's like it's not what you leave behind when you die. It's what you leave on the people. Like, oh no, I died and I left my things unfinished and I left my house. And it's not that, and it's not what you take with you. Like you can take anything when you die, right? But like, oh, maybe I left knowledge in the world. Maybe I help a few indie developers do things, for an example, right? So if you think about it, everything you do, it's something it's like a seed you can leave in the world. For when you die, those things are gonna be there, and that's a way of living forever, quote unquote. So yeah, I think the existential horror is more like for young people, maybe. The deaths are not shown, but they are distressing for the player character. Visual noise, the realization and the personalization. Okay, I think that's really, like, I think that's something really good about the game. The fact that you have to change your name over and over again, and the game remembers the names you use, and you cannot use them again. I think that's actually really, really cool because you cannot you have to have the personalization, right? You have to switch to a different person, quote unquote. I think that's a really cool mechanic. Also, it's kind of fun that you cannot use the name Echo. I think that's really cool because it will be confusing, right? So, nice one. Weird core and dream core imagery. This includes floating eyes, disorienting text, and characters with flower and mushroom heads. The second and the third screenshots on the right are as intense as visual gets. There is no animation. There are some phrases that make it sound like one of the characters was kidnapped, but they weren't. They just ran away. Okay. So I think that's it for the Itch.io page description. So yeah, I'm not a fan of the Dreamcore aesthetic. I mentioned that, but even I enjoyed this game. Like it's not too heavy on the eyes, so I think it's cool. I think it's a well-used aesthetic. I think it's a nice use of the aesthetic for a game. The looping mechanic, the name change, the characters. I really like everything about this game. It feels kind of slow at times because. My suggestion when you're doing looping games, especially visual novels, in visual novels you have to read a lot, right? You have a lot of text to read. So when you're making a game with a looping mechanic, make sure the loops don't have that much text, like that repeats itself, right? You have to find a creative way to make the text shorter, like, oh, you remember this, it's gonna auto skip, or it's just gonna be like random letters that you can really read, so you can just skip because things you have already seen. You have to find a way to make each loop faster, excluding the parts that are different between each loop. Otherwise, it's kind of annoying. I think that's my only issue with this game. It's not a big issue. It's just like, oh, if you're gonna make me loop over and over again, you may as well cut the parts that are not needed for the loop. Because after the second loop, you can understand it's a loop, right? You don't have to see it over and over again. Like, by the end of the loop, you just walk away and find the door. I think that's really well done. So yeah, if you guys, I'm sure for people that like Dreamcore aesthetic, this game is gonna be fantastic. So if you like that, I recommend you guys try the game. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, developer, for making the game. And I will see you guys in the next indie game stream or anything I decide to do for this spooky October Halloween season. See you later.